Hey there, photography enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel, 5 Stones. Today, we've got something super exciting in store for you, a sneak peek into the best cameras for photography in 2024. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this video is packed with all the information you need to make the right choice for your photography journey. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Number 5. Fujifilm X-S20. Fujifilm nailed it with the original Fujifilm X-S10. One of the best value APS-C cameras on the market, and then improved on it with the Fujifilm X-S20. It's more expensive, but it's an excellent mid-range camera for hybrid shooters. It can handle all types of photo work because to its superb ergonomics, tried and true sensor, and upgraded autofocus technology. Furthermore, it shoots video in 4K at up to 60 frames per second and 6.2 at up to 30 frames per second, with inbuilt 10-bit recording, making this a very outstanding video camera. If you're an action photographer, the Canon EOS R7 offers much faster shooting rates and a somewhat more intuitive autofocus system overall. However, it is more expensive and lens options for Canon's RF mount are still very restricted, so the X-S20 is the way to go for most shooters. The Fujifilm X-S20 is a mid-range hybrid mirrorless camera that will replace the Fujifilm X-S10 in 2020. This camera retains all of the features that made the previous one outstanding, including as in-body image stabilization, a comfortable grip, and the same 26-megapixel X-Trans Force sensor, but adds a new processor, a larger battery, and improved video capabilities. All of these improvements combine to make this an attractive mid-range option for photographers, videographers, and hybrid shooters, albeit at a significantly higher price than its predecessor. The Fujifilm X-S20 is an excellent travel camera. It boasts a compact and lightweight design that is ideal for travel, and its battery life is exceptional for a mirrorless camera. Aside from that, image quality is superb, with beautiful colors right out of the camera and film simulation profiles to experiment with the appearance and tone of your photos. Furthermore, its autofocus mechanism performs well with a fantastic auto-subject detection mode that recognizes and tracks various types of targets automatically. However, there is no weather sealing on the camera. Its viewfinder is likewise quite small. The Fujifilm X-S20 is a powerful mid-range APS-C camera with a lot to offer photographers as well as amateur videographers/vloggers. Number 4. Nikon Z50. If the Fujifilm X-S20 is out of your price range, consider the Nikon Z50 as an entry-level model. It too has an APS-C sensor, making it less suited to low-light shooting than our full-frame options above. However, for a crop sensor camera, it works excellently in low light and has lots to offer both novices and advanced users. For starters, it's one of the best-built and most comfortable entry-level cameras we've tried, with a weather-sealed body and a large hand grip. Its big viewfinder provides a clear perspective of your subject, and the camera offers a user interface that is simple to learn. The battery life isn't great, so if you prefer a longer-lasting battery, the Sony 6400 is a better option. Although the Sony has somewhat superior autofocus, the ergonomics and user interface may be improved. The Nikon Z50 is the company's first APS-C mirrorless camera. It is positioned beneath full-frame versions such as the Nikon Z5 and Nikon Z6T, and above the smaller, vlogging-focused Nikon Z30. While this isn't the most portable APS-C camera, it's well-made and comfortable to hold. Throw in rapid mechanical burst shooting, respectable video specs, and a good but not class-leading autofocus technology, and you've got a well-rounded camera with plenty to offer both novices and more skilled users. The Nikon Z50 is an excellent landscape camera. The image quality is superb, with a wide dynamic range that brings forth more highlight and shadow detail. It performs well in low light because there isn't too much noise at higher ISO levels. However, battery life leaves something to be desired, particularly for long hikes in remote areas. The Nikon Z50 is only available in one color, black, as seen on our unit's label. You can get it in a bundle with a Nikkor ZDDX 1650mm/3.5 to 6.3 VR lens, or with other Z-mount lenses like the Nikkor ZDX 5250mm f/4.5 to 6.3 VR lens, depending on the reseller. You can also purchase it without a lens. The Nikon Z50 is an excellent mid-range camera. It's more durable than many cameras in its class, with some weather sealing and good ergonomics. However, it is not the most portable APS-C alternative available. Number 3. Canon EOS R50. The Canon EOS R50 is one of the greatest value cameras on the market. It's an excellent pick for beginning photographers due to its simple and intuitive controls and a number of auto shooting settings that allow beginners to experiment with different photography techniques. It also features a highly accurate and simple autofocus technology, and it's incredibly portable for vacation or street photography. Unlike the Canon EOS M50 Mark Q, which it practically replaces, this is a good camera to learn with because it uses the same lens mount as full-frame Canons, such as the Canon EOS R6 Mark U. That means you can use both APS-C and full-frame lenses with the R50, making the transition to a full-frame body easier. The Olympus OMD EM10 Mark IV is another excellent low-cost alternative, particularly if you like the more portable Micro Four Thirds system. There is also a well-established lens lineup. However, its autofocus technology is far less reliable than that of the Canon camera, and the camera is less suited to low-light shooting due to its smaller sensor. The Canon EOS R50 is the best starting camera for individuals getting into photography or content creation from a smartphone, with a portable body, straightforward controls, and plenty of intelligent auto-shooting options. The Canon EOS M50 Mark Q is still available, although the R50 is its upgraded spiritual descendant. Unlike the M50, the R50 has the same RF lens mount as higher-end cameras such as the Canon EOS R6 Mark U and Canon EOS R8, which means it can use both full-frame RF lenses and crop sensor RFS lenses. In terms of budget models, the R50 outperforms the competition with a superb sensor, an effective focusing system, and good video functions in the most affordable R-system camera body ever. The Canon EOS R50 is an excellent choice for trip photography. It's a little and compact camera that's easy to travel with and take with you. It also boasts simple controls and a plethora of auto-shooting options, making it an excellent pick for beginners or those moving up from smartphones. Battery life is likewise decent, but you may need a backup battery for extended days on the road. The Canon R50 is a well-rounded budget camera with plenty to offer new photographers and vloggers. Though its settings are simple and it lacks high-end features such as weather sealing and in-body image stabilization (IBS), it's a highly portable camera with an excellent autofocus system, quick but brief burst shooting, and useful video features. Furthermore, Canon's RF mount ecosystem provides more potential for growth for beginners than the now-defunct EFM system. Number 2. Fujifilm X-T5. If the Sony 7IV is a little out of your price range, the Fujifilm X-T5 is an excellent alternative at a cheaper price. With a 40-megapixel APS-C sensor, it's one of the best cameras for landscape and portrait photographers, providing you lots of room to crop and edit your images. While it isn't as well suited to low-light shooting as full-frame options, the detail and image quality you can get out of this camera at this price point is hard to top. The camera also pays homage to Fujifilm's photography history, with vintage-style exposure dials that make adjusting settings on the fly a pleasure and a three-way tilting screen that's ideal for waist-level shooting and street photography. It's also quite portable. If you want a more sturdy camera with better ergonomics for studio work, consider the Fujifilm X-H2. It contains the same sensor as the X-T5, but a larger body and several extra features for hybrid or video shooters, such as a full-sized HDMI connector and a CDF Express card slot. However, it is more expensive and less portable. The Fujifilm X-T5 is an APS-C mirrorless camera. In many ways, it symbolizes a return to the X-T series photography-oriented roots, since the Fujifilm X-T4 was the series' most video-oriented camera. To date, the X-T5 retains the three-way tilting screen, and the Fujifilm X-T3 has a lighter and more portable chassis and shares the flagship Fujifilm X-H2's new 40.2 MP X-Trans CMOS 5 HR sensor. The HR stands for high resolution. This is the camera for individuals who want the classic Fujifilm shooting experience, with dedicated exposure settings and a strong emphasis on photography in an increasingly video-centric industry. The Fujifilm X-T5 is an excellent travel camera. It's lightweight with a high-resolution EVF and a tilting screen that's ideal for waist-level photos. Its high-resolution sensor captures breathtakingly detailed photographs with lots of room to crop, and its in-body image stabilization allows you to shoot handheld at slower shutter speeds. The battery life is also very good for a mirrorless camera. Because of its small palm grip, it isn't the most pleasant camera to operate. The Fujifilm X-T5 has one of the highest resolution sensors of any APS-C camera on the market today, and it has a reasonably compact size, making it ideal for photographers who don't want to sacrifice portability for image quality. It, like its predecessor, has a highly effective in-body image stabilization (IBS) technology and a high-resolution EVF, but it retains the three-way tilting screen from previous XT series cameras. This is the most powerful XT camera yet, with an improved focusing mechanism and even better video capabilities for the hybrid shooters among us. Number 1. Sony 7IV. The Sony 7IV is the best photography camera we've tested. It's a well-rounded hybrid model that falls just short of pro status. It captures incredibly detailed photographs with plenty of leeway to crop and edit thanks to a new, higher resolution 33MP sensor over its predecessor, the widely popular Sony 7IA. Sony's real-time autofocus continues to set the benchmark for what AF is capable of with superb dynamic range. By no means is it a flawless camera. Yes, it includes in-body image stabilization, IBS, and we've seen more remarkable stabilization implementations, and shooting uncompressed RAW files reduces the camera's maximum burst rate to 6 fps, which is a little disappointing for high-level sports or wildlife photography. In that regard, our previous favorite, the Canon EOS R6 Mark II, has it beat, with 12 fps burst shooting or up to 40 fps in electronic shutter mode. However, with a large range of glass available for Sony's E-mount, including dozens of third-party lenses at a variety of price points, the 7IV has a significant advantage, especially since Canon maintains its RF mount closed to third-party interest. The Sony 7IV is the fourth edition of the company's popular Alpha 7 mirrorless camera, following the Sony 7IA from 2018. It provides several great quality-of-life improvements, such as a redesigned menu system with touch navigation, more dials and customization choices, and a sturdier build quality, but at the cost of a somewhat larger body. Sony also improved the camera's video capabilities with upgraded internal recording specs that elevate the 7 to the status of true hybrid camera. This, along with a best-in-class autofocus technology and a new 33-megapixel sensor, makes this a worthy successor to one of Sony's most popular cameras, particularly for those interested in both video and photography. The Sony 7IV is ideal for landscape photography. Its full-frame 33-megapixel sensor captures a remarkable amount of detail and produces clear, appealing photographs right out of the camera. It also allows you to crop your images or generate prints with more freedom. It features a very wide dynamic range in RAW format, allowing it to capture more highlight and shadow detail in busier or higher contrast landscape images. Furthermore, while its high ISO noise performance is slightly inferior than that of some comparable cameras, it nevertheless works admirably in low-light circumstances where the ISO must be increased. Unfortunately, it is not the most portable camera for lengthy walks or distant area shooting. The Sony Alpha 7 IV is an enthusiast-oriented hybrid mirrorless camera. It is somewhat more expensive than its predecessor, the Sony 7IA, which remains an excellent choice for anyone searching for a full-frame mirrorless camera, but do not require the latest video features given by the Sony 7 IV. This is a great all-around photo and video camera that bridges the gap between the older A7 IA and both the video-oriented Sony A7S IA and the higher-resolution Sony A7R IV. It has a larger 33-megapixel sensor, a newer processor, and an updated autofocus system, as well as a fully articulated screen and more advanced video features. So guys, that concludes our top 5 best cameras for photography of 2024 list. All product links are in the description, which is updated with the lowest prices. Subscribe to our channel for more videos. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.